What's up, y'all? It's me, Brenda, or Mommy B, like I like to call myself, because that's me all day, every day in mommy mode. But I wanted to come on here and give y'all a 6 month postpartum update slash um life update. And I'm trying out these new microphones. I think I'm gonna have to go with something else because I don't really like how they sound, but we're gonna make it work for today. But I wanted to give y'all an update on me, how I'm feeling 6 months after having a baby, as well as baby Autumn, who's right here staring at me like, why did you put me down? She did not want me to put her in this seat. Like, literally, I was trying to put her in her seat, and she kept dodging, moving her feet every which way so that I could not sit in her seat. So let me get her right quick so we can see how she's doing too. So right off the bat, 6 months postpartum, I am feeling okay. Um, I say okay because my body still feels kind of strange. Um, if you have had children, then you know the changes that occur during pregnancy. It takes some time, for your body to heal up, for your muscles to come back together, for your organs to come back together. So I'm feeling just okay. But like my husband always say, I ain't gonna complain. I can't complain. God is good. I'm moving forward and I'm thankful. Currently my weight is at 149 pounds. Woohoo! I didn't finally got into the 140s. I was getting scared there for a while, y'all. I'm like, dang, it ain't never took me this long to get out of the 150s after having the baby, but I guess that's just, a part of aging. But Autumn, on the other hand, she's doing well as well. She weighs like 15 pounds right now, and she's sleepy, so she probably gonna go to sleep. I've been trying to do this video probably for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, well, let me just go ahead and get to it. Like, it ain't gonna ever be like a clear opportunity without anything going on. So, um, y'all, I had to shift gears a little bit because baby Autumn wanted to eat. But I think this is perfect because I do want to talk about breastfeeding. I have breastfed pretty much all of my children. My first daughter, I ended up bottle feeding her because I got a C-section and I was drugged up, yada 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 yada. If you know, you know. I ended up bottle feeding her, but the rest of my four children, I have breastfed all of them. And if you are a breastfeeding mama, I think you're gonna feel me on this. But breastfeeding kind of makes you feel like a prisoner. Especially, look at me, I'm about to spit. But anyway, especially if you exclusively breastfeed. And I exclusively breastfeed because I cannot stand pumping. Like, I don't know what it is about pumping, but I just hate it. It just like nails on a chalkboard to me, kind of. It just never been in, it just never been for me. And I thought, like, if I get a hands-free pump, that would make a difference, but it has not made a difference. I still cannot stand breastfeeding, so I exclusively pump. I'm sorry, I exclusively breastfeed. So, because I am her only source of food, my husband can't feed her, my no one else can feed her. So it's just like around the clock, I am bound to her. Like, she is literally my master. And I joke with my husband all the time and I tell him I'm incarcerated because it kind of does feel like you're incarcerated. Like, you literally cannot take a step without your baby when you exclusively breastfeed. And don't get it wrong, obviously, I have chosen this and I'm perfectly okay with my life, with my reality. It's everything that I want it to be. But let's just be real. It is a huge job. It's a lot of work. Um, and it's hard for me to do a whole lot of other things outside of tending to her, because I don't know about anybody else's breastfed child, but all of my breastfed babies pretty much just wanted me. Some of them were more willing to spend time with other people, but like majority of my kids, they really just wanted to be with me and up under me during the time that they were breastfeeding. But it's only temporary. Like, look, my baby is 6 months old right now. I only got 6 more months of this, and then we're completely done. So it is what it is. Like, I'm good with serving this little prison sentence, being obedient to my master, Autumn, because she literally is my master. She tells me when and how I can do on a daily basis. And I am perfectly okay with that because I feel that breastfeeding is the best way to go. So baby Autumn is finally done eating and she going to sleep. And I don't know if y'all can hear them feet, but that's my son. So he probably gonna be coming in here in a moment to complain about something, even though he's supposed to be asleep. But what I say? He said he just wanted a hug, but we all know he just wanted to get up. All right, love you. Go ahead on the bed, sweetie. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with my screen. Go ahead on the bed. I just said like that. And y'all for that, because I am exclusively breastfeeding and I don't, have the leeway to do a lot of different things, it really prohibits my adult time. And I'm talking about like time with my husband, time doing things that I enjoy to do, as just as Brenda, just as myself. Aside from my children, aside from my husband, my hobbies, um, I've been really disconnected from things that I enjoy to do, um, because I just don't have the leeway. And whenever I try to do something, my baby is screaming for me, she crying for me, um, and that is just what it is. Like I said, this is only temporary. In 6 months, she is not gonna be breastfeeding anymore. She gonna be moving on to other milestones, and I'll have more freedom, more wiggle room. And don't get it wrong, I know I'm joking about being a prisoner, but I'm more so talking about being a prisoner in the sense that the Bible is talking about, like being a bond servant. Like, you are devoted to your purpose, your calling. You are devoted to giving, and you literally incarcerate yourself to whatever it is. And I have literally bound myself to being a mother, to being a wife. So I'm talking about it in that sense, not in the sense like I feel like I'm literally in bondage, like something is wrong, like I'm being taken against my will. Nothing like that. I am totally, you know, so thankful and grateful that I get to live this lifestyle. Like, being a stay-at-home mom, um all of my children home with me, don't have to be in any type of daycare, me being able to be there for them every second. you know my children are two of my children are in school. I have a third grader and I have a first grader, and during the school year they constantly getting sick. I can be there for them. I don't have to worry about calling out of work, or who gonna pick them up from school, this and that. Like, I am for them around the clock, and I am a willing bond servant in Jesus' name, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But don't get it wrong, I am looking forward to having some adult time once again, coming up here. Y'all, these microphones are really giving me a problem. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I'll figure it out on another day. But beyond that, I have been trying to do some low impact exercises because, as I said, it really took me a long time to get out of the 150s. Before, I really didn't have to do much to lose the weight. I guess the breastfeeding was enough, but as I'm aging, the weight just want to hang around, and I'm like, it's no reason for me to be in the 150s. I don't feel like, at my height, I don't think I should ever be, above 145, to be honest with you. But I've been trying to walk and do outdoor activities with my family because my joints are, they're sore. My bones, they feel rickety and sore. They cracking and popping, snapping and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, low impact is probably the best I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I kind of slacked off, these last 2 weeks because the weather has been weird here. Like it was so nice at first, but then it got cold and rainy all of a sudden. But once the weather improves, me and the family, we're gonna be back to our outdoor adventures. We're gonna be fishing. We're gonna be doing yard work. We're gonna be doing our DIY projects and all of that stuff. Causes you to do, some, light, low impact workouts. So I'm definitely looking forward to our summer coming up here. Another thing that I have been doing to, get my body back right postpartum is I have been waist training. I know there's a lot of controversy around waist training and whether it works or not, but I have been doing it ever since I've been having children, and it works for me. I found after my second child that I had ab separation, and that was causing my organs to protrude forward through that lax part, the muscle that gets stressed out. I mean, you're stretched out, same thing. The muscle is not holding you together like it once did after pregnancy, and that can cause you to look like you have a gut, a bulge, even when you don't. So when I waist train, I found that it holds me together. It forces me to keep the correct posture, and it makes me remember to suck those muscles in. And over time, my core gets strengthened. Outside of that, I don't know what waist training can or will do for you, but it definitely does work for me. What else? Um, yeah, but other than that, physically, I'm feeling pretty okay. My milk supply is great. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. Baby girl, she's gaining good weight. Um, yeah, everything is going great physically, I would say. Well, as normal, as I would expect. And I'm looking over here at my notes. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know if y'all know, but I am in school for teaching. For years, I started out straight out of college. I'm sorry, straight out of high school, going to a university, and I was pursuing business and ministry. But I slowly but surely realized that that was not for me. Um, and my life took a shift. I got married and I moved up to Minnesota with my husband. And I was going to quickly go back to school and, see, you know, just do some like general classes to figure out what I wanted to do. But I just didn't want to just be doing anything. I wanted to have a purpose. I wanted to be sure of myself. Um, I didn't want to just be going to school just to say I'm going to school. So I took a very long break from school, a very long pause from school. But some years ago, I'm like, Lord, what do you want me to do? What would you have me to do? And He told me that He will reveal it to me through my needs, my family's needs, our daily necessities. And so when my children went to school and I began to help them, learn and began to help them learn how to read and all the different things, I just began to feel like, yeah, I can help them now, but what about when they get to high school? Like, am I still going to be an asset to them? Am I still going to be a viable resource to my children? And I didn't feel like I would be, and I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, I just feel like I needed to pour into myself so that I can continue to pour into them. And that's what made me go back to school and ultimately decide to become a teacher. That's a mouthful, y'all. So yes, y'all, Mommy B is going to be soon Mrs. Anderson teaching in somebody's school. I'm really doing this for my family, but I really love education. I love passing on knowledge and information. Like this microphone getting on my nerves, y'all. I think the microphone needs to get charged, but let me get through this video, okay? God, but yeah. Yeah, I am pursuing my degree in teaching and I am almost done. Y'all, Y'all won't believe this. I had to get a whole nother microphone because things are just not working out with that microphone. I think you need to get charged. Let me try this one. But yeah, I will soon be a teacher. I literally am so close to being done. I cannot believe it. I'm so glad that my husband said just go for it, because I was coming up with every excuse as to, why I couldn't start school. But my husband was like, just do it. Even if your progress is slow, you still gonna be making progress. And I'm so glad that I listened. But that leads me to my next thing. I know y'all can see that green screen back there. And there's a reason why it's there. And the reason why it's there is because I am going to be doing educational content very, very soon. Like I said, I don't know if the microphone messed up, but I was telling y'all that I love passing on information. I love sharing knowledge, resources, all of that. And that is one of the key things that, that they teach us in our coursework, is that teachers are to pass on resources. You are to connect your students to things in the general public that can help them, help their education. So I'm going to be sharing all of that as a teacher, and I am so excited. I can't even hold it. I am so excited to go on a journey to enrich myself so that I can be able to pour into other people. I'm so happy about that. So that is in the works. My husband, he just so happens to be a tech support guru, whatever you want to call him. Like, he has his degree in business and technology, so he's a tech expert. So he's working, excuse me, I get this hair out my eye. My husband is working on getting everything situated for me so that I will be able to share my educational content when it becomes the time. So I'm so excited about that. But in the meantime, I'm just getting this degree wrapped up. I'm so close to being done. And what else? Here come my son again. So y'all keep my household in prayer as we, as I get through this last bit of school that I have before I graduate, because it definitely can get hectic sometimes managing day-to-day life and trying to do school, but we get it done. We trust in the Lord and we get it done. But aside from that, something else that I've been working on is writing. I love to write. I love to visualize and put things out on paper. I just love it. I'm not like the most talkative person in, like, when I'm actually in person with people, and writing just gives you the opportunity to get all your thoughts out, how you want to do it, how you want to see it. Because like sometimes when you trying to talk in the moment, it just don't translate how you want. But when you write, it can be whatever you want it to be. And I take it seriously. Like, I'm very much so a perfectionist when it comes to my writing. I have to be able to stand back and say, yeah, I did that. It is perfect. It is a masterpiece. If I don't feel that way about my writing, I ain't putting it out. I don't know how other writers feel, because I never really have gotten a chance to connect with any other writers, but that's also another thing that I want to get into, as this season of my life is transitioning, because last 10 years I have been pregnant nonstop, so I have been sticking close to home, just in my comfort zone, in my safety environment. But now that this is my last child and I'm so serious, we are serious. Me and my husband said we are done. We want to focus on establishing ourselves in the community, being an asset and a resource, in this community. But yeah, I definitely want to make connections. I want to talk to like-minded people. I want to draw inspiration and be a inspiration if I can, to other like-minded people. So that's also another thing that I'm transitioning into. Um, and what else? I think the last thing I wanted to talk about is our housing situation. Um, since we've had this fifth child, I have really been thinking and feeling like we need a bigger house. Um, we have a 5 bedroom, three bathroom house. Um, as you can see, like this space that I'm in right now is my office. But we've had to recently move some things around. We had a workout area out there. We still have it, but we are in the process of transitioning our exercise space out into our garage, and we're going to move my husband's office down here because he needs more space for his business and all of his tech things that he do. So we're gonna move his space down here, and we're gonna transition the kids, some of the kids, into his office space, so everybody can just be a little bit more comfortable, while we're still in this house. But in the next few years, we are definitely looking to sell our house and get something more suitable for our now larger family. But I feel like for when we only had 4 kids, this house would have been perfect, for the next, I feel at least until they was like in middle school, high school. But now we gonna have to be definitely transitioning to something bigger much sooner. But it is what it is. And my husband, he actually been looking into barn doors. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but it's basically like where they use barn structures and transform them into homes. And I haven't done a whole lot of research on the barn doors, but they definitely look good. They look amazing. I love the high ceilings. I love everything about the look and the aesthetic. But I don't know, like, as far as like the structure, is it sustainable? Will it last? Is it worth the money? We haven't really got into that. Me and my husband, we're gonna continue to do research on that. But it definitely look appealing. I will tell y'all that. So with 5 children, we definitely will need the space. So yes, y'all, that is my 6 month postpartum update slash life update. As y'all can see, my baby is tired. My son keep jumping on his bed. John, go to bed. I'll be up there in a second to see what you need. Go ahead on the bed. Yes, you can. But yeah, my baby is tired, so we about to go ahead and head to bed. Um, but y'all let me know anything that y'all would like to see from the Anderson fam. I know I told y'all we was gonna be doing, a lot of outdoor activities, but if y'all would like to see anything specific from us, let me know. Let us know, and we'll definitely try to get the videos out. I know a lot of us that are busy with family life, we don't really get to connect in person a whole lot with people because you just have a lot going on. You working, you taking care of your children, and everything else is like on hold. So connecting online is sometimes refreshing. We know that the internet can be a disgusting place, but sometimes it can be beautiful. It can be great. It can be fulfilling. So yeah, I'm definitely willing to continue to build this platform, this community, especially as I get into teaching and everything like that. I definitely want to chat it up on the internet. Like I said, y'all are my internet friends. Y'all are my friends, my only friends, because I don't have friends in real life. Just the thought of making friends is just like, it's kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. I will be 29 in like 2 weeks, and yes, I am a big grown scaredy cat. Yes, I am. I definitely be worried, because you just don't know what people's intentions are. You don't know if you're gonna come off as odd to them. It's a lot of different things that you worry about when you are presenting yourself to people that you do not know. And a lot of times that will make you not want to do it at all. And that's where I have been with it, but I'm still open to it. I'm still open to making friends. I would love to have just one good friend, mom friend, somebody that's married like me, somebody who's like-minded. I would love to connect in real life with somebody like that. But until God, seeing somebody into my life that like that, I will love to continue to connect with my internet besties. But yeah, y'all, I am tired. As y'all can see, Adam is tired. So we gonna go ahead and go to bed. And I really do want to show y'all how I'm looking 6 months postpartum. I do have my waist trainer on, but y'all get the gist. I really don't have a belly like that. I never really have a belly like that, to be honest with y'all. After having the baby, and the doctors are always telling me, "Oh, you don't got barely no fat," and I'm happy for that. I'm blessed. I think it's genetics, but I'm gonna show y'all. I don't think Autumn gonna let me put her down, but let me turn this way. Show y'all how I am looking postpartum. Like I said, I just touched the 140s, 149 pounds. So my weight is coming down, slowly but surely, and I'm going to continue to waist train so that I can correct my posture and yeah, just continue to heal up postpartum. It is a journey. I done had 5 kids. My body done been my body done been through some stuff, y'all. So I'm giving myself grace, being kind to myself. And, I'm just trusting the process, and I'm being mindful of what I am putting in my body. I definitely be getting into like the healthy eating stuff, like, how to, I don't know, that's another video for another day. But I'm definitely gonna get more into talking about that, more so when I have, some me time, because that's what I like to do in my free time, is do research. But I'm gonna get into, more of the health things that I like to research further down the line as I'm getting more rest and everything like that. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later, besties. I love y'all. And, if you are watching this video, I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to connect with the Anderson fam. But y'all have a good one.